Thank you so much for joining me today for this lovely yoga practice. My name is Christine, and I am practicing with a group from Breast Friends in Tigard, Oregon. If you or somebody you know might benefit from their organization, their website is in the description box below. And if you find this video useful, it will help to spread it far and wide to other people if you like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff that we do here on YouTube. So today we are going to be practicing a nice, well-rounded, gentle, accessible yoga practice from our chair. But if you'd like to sit on the ground, feel free to do that too. If you're in a chair, make sure that your feet are comfortably on the ground, whether you're barefoot or in socks or shoes. It's not a big deal. Barefoot is ideal, but come as you are. But we do want to make sure you can press your feet down. So if you can't comfortably reach the floor, bring a box or a pillow or something underneath your feet. And then we will begin to settle into our practice. So just beginning to feel into those feet, beginning to feel the ground underneath them, and maybe closing your eyes so that you can really sense the bottoms of your feet on the ground. This is the physical act of grounding ourselves, even better if you can do it outside. And just feel yourself here in this place, in this present moment. Drawing yourself down out of your thinking mind, your planning mind, your doing mind, and into your being body. We do that by noticing our body, noticing our breath. So just beginning to now bring your attention to that breath. Noticing where you notice it. You might notice it in your belly, in your throat, your chest. Just feeling what you feel, really bringing yourself out of your thoughts into your body. Our bodies do benefit from activity, and we will get there, but our minds so benefit from stillness in our busy, busy lives. Think of it as pressing reset here. If you're old school like me and you use a computer, you might think of it as defragging. And if you notice your thoughts coming up throughout our practice, planning what you're going to make for dinner tonight, or where you're going to go this weekend, or a conversation you had yesterday, just notice them and very gently and kindly bring your attention back to your breath, back to the soles of your feet, the palms of your hands, whatever helps you feel anchored to your body. Just a few more moments here to settle in. And again, I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. And then we'll just begin to get a little gentle movement here. So just very subtly begin to make some circles with your nose. Just getting a little movement in the neck. They don't have to be super big circles, but they can get bigger gradually as you go through. And it doesn't matter what direction you start in, because we will reverse directions. And you might hear some sounds coming from your neck. That's totally normal. And when you're ready, let's switch the direction of those circles. And you can move as fast or as slow as feels good to you. Slow always feels better to me. And then we'll bring that nose right back to the center. inhale right here and kind of press down into your sit bones on your chair or on the ground and draw your shoulders up and down and back. Tuck your chin and find length in the back of your neck. And then from here, with that length in the neck and then in the spine, we're gonna take the chin to the chest. And we're just gonna rock the chin toward one collarbone and then the other, just getting a nice little stretch in the back of the neck. Couple times to each side, and then we'll come up to neutral, and then take your chin up to the sky and just rock your ears from side to side here. Again, be very careful with your neck. Don't move or beyond your safe and healthy boundary. Just find your edge and explore there. And when you've had enough of that, we'll bring that head back to neutral, and then we'll get a little movement in the neck and shoulder. So just dynamically, softly, flowy. Let's reach that right arm out to the right, and then draw it back into center. Just reaching it out and back to center. And then maybe take the left ear towards the left shoulder as you reach that right arm out. And from here, you might explore how high or low your arm is. Maybe it feels better to be at shoulder height. Maybe it feels better to come down towards the hip. You could also explore turning your palm down to the ground or up to the sky. Just playing around with it. What feels good in my body might not necessarily feel good in your body. So just honor what's feeling good here. And when you find a spot that feels particularly good, I welcome you to stay right there and just breathe. Lengthen through the back of your spine. Feel your feet on the ground. Soften your jaw. Couple more breaths here. One more inhale, and then we'll exhale to release. And from here, we're just gonna look to the right and then to the left. That was a pretty big stretch, so just kind of coming back to neutral here. And then we'll take it to the opposite side. So just starting by reaching that left arm out and back in, and out and back in. And then adding the stretch in the left side of the neck by drawing that right ear towards the right shoulder. And playing with the height and the rotation of your arm. Maybe down here, maybe up high. Just playing a little bit, a few more times. Really exploring and looking for any particular place that you think you might want to hang out for a few breaths. And once you get there, and I think I like mine down low here, we'll stay here and breathe. And just feel into the sensations that you're feeling in the left side of your neck, your shoulder, your upper back, your arm. Whatever you're noticing, keeping your attention there will help to keep you anchored in this present moment, giving your mind a break. And then we'll soften and relax, come back to center, and again, just take the gaze from side to side. And then let's go ahead and get a little bit of movement in the legs and the hips. So just lift up your right knee and you can bring your fingers to clasp around the front of your shins. You might have to bend forward to grab it, but then once you do, straighten up nice and tall, or you could interlace underneath the right thigh, whichever one you prefer. Once you find that spot where you can maintain a nice tall spine, a nice long safe neck here, we'll just rotate the ankle a couple of times in each direction. And point and flex the foot. And then rock the ankle from side to side, getting all the directions there. And then we're going to take that right ankle to the top of the left thigh. And if this doesn't feel comfortable, you could cross your right ankle over the left ankle, bring it down just a little bit lower. Let's find that nice tall spine here. Take an in-breath, relax your shoulders, and as you exhale, we'll just bow forward until you feel some sensation, maybe in your right hip, your outer thigh, your low back. Just stop right there where you feel that first edge. Couple breaths here. And then if you want to go a little lower, if you find you have a little more space, you can do that and breathe another breath or two. And then we'll inhale all the way back up to that tall spine. And just from here, as you're ready, let's release the hands down towards the hips. We'll inhale to reach the arms up towards the sky, just as high as feels good in your shoulders. And exhale, hands to heart. One more time, let's inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. This time we'll inhale, reach up. And we're just going to find a little twist over to the right. Let your hands just float down and land wherever they land. They might land on your right shin, knee, or thigh, your left. Your right hand might be on your right hip or holding your chair. And you could just be looking towards the right here. Nice gentle stretch, just noticing what feels good in your ribs, not pushing beyond that healthy boundary, and maybe drawing your right shoulder back and down and looking back towards the right as much as feels good in your neck. Breathing here. Let's inhale one more time. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale, arms up high to the sky. Exhale, draw your left arm across your heart and hug it in. I'm just getting into that outer shoulder here. Keep facing forward. We're not twisting here. We're keeping the shoulders and the hips in alignment. Breathing into the shoulders. One more breath in here. And then we'll exhale, release the arms, release the leg, and just shake it out a little bit. Maybe windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Shake out the shoulders, whatever feels good. And then we'll do the opposite side again. So interlacing fingers around the shin or the back of the thigh, we'll draw that left knee up. And then just notice what thumb automatically comes on top. You'll likely be your dominant thumb, so my right thumb automatically comes on top. But we're going to switch it so it's the awkward non-dominant thumb on top, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but when we can tell our bodies that we can do things differently, that we don't have to always do the same patterns over and over again, we increase our neuroplasticity in our brains, and that's really good for us. So let's make those circles here in one ankle or in the left ankle in one direction and then the other. And we'll point and flex the toes a few times. And rock that foot gently from side to side. And then that left ankle comes on top of the right knee or left ankle in front of the right ankle. We'll find that nice tall spine here. And then one more in-breath to find length in the spine, lengthen the neck. Exhale and bow forward. Again, stop at your edge, especially if you have low back issues. Be very careful not to go too far. Just feeling that first place of sensation and breathing there. No need to go any deeper than this, but if you want to and feel like you have more space after a couple of breaths here, you might come a little bit closer towards that left shin. Couple more breaths wherever you are. And then use your next inhale to come all the way back to that tall centered spine, or release the arms. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, we're just gonna go ahead and twist on over to the left this time. Let those arms float down wherever they like to be. No need to pull or press anything. Just, again, notice your edge. Roll that left shoulder down and back. And take your gaze back to the left as much as feels good in your neck. And just breathe here. If you find that there's some discomfort in this left knee, make sure to flex that left foot to help engage the support around the knee. As you inhale here, get a little bit taller. As you exhale, get a little bit softer. And then we'll inhale, sweep those arms up, come back to center. Exhale, right arm over the heart this time. Just hugging it in. Keeping the shoulders square to the hips, not twisting here. Just really getting into that right shoulder, the upper right arm. Maybe if you can reach, you might pat yourself on the shoulder, give it a little rub. Be gentle and kind with yourself. My cat had surgery recently, and she doesn't understand what's going on here. So all I could say is, it'll be better soon. I will take care of you. I promise you, I have you. I'll be nice and gentle, and we want to be that way with our own injured body parts too. I know it hurts, but I promise you it will get better, and I am going to take good care of you. One more inhale here. And then we'll exhale, release the arm, release the leg. And again, you can shake out the arms, tap out the feet, windshield wiper from side to side, just whatever feels good in your body today. And then we're going to do some standing postures here. Option to stand. First thing we're going to do is get into a lunge. So if a lunge is in your practice, we'll come to stand. If you feel more comfortable being on the chair to come into your lunge, you'll just scoot to the front of the chair and have one thigh on this chair while you take your opposite leg back in that lunge. So you can do that supported here. I'm going to show it standing, but I'm going to keep my chair handy for balance. So whether you're standing or sitting, come to that nice tall spine. And when you're ready, I'll show, just like I did at the beginning, either your right leg is on the chair and your left leg steps back. Ooh, missed my mat. Or you're standing behind the chair or near the chair. If you don't need the chair for support, you sure don't need to use it. And we're just stepping those left toes back, and we're up on the ball of the foot. Front knee is bent and over that front ankle. Pressing back into that left heel and keeping the shoulders and the hips square to the front of your mat or to your chair, and definitely to each other. And you can send that left heel back and come a little deeper, or you can walk it in a little closer, whatever you feel is appropriate for you. Couple more breaths. And if you like, you might reach your arms up towards the sky. If you're reaching your arms up, inhale here. Exhale, bend your elbows, come into cactus arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms. One more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms, and then we'll bring the hands back to the heart or to the chair. And we'll step that back heel in just close enough that you can put the heel down on the ground and straighten that front leg. Just make sure you're not locking the knees here. But we're just going to hinge forward at the hips any amount. You might notice some sensation in the back of the calves or the hamstrings. And again, you could have your stance narrower or wider than I have it, and you can bring your forearms to the chair. If you want to come a little bit lower, rather than using the back of the chair, you could use the chair seat. And if you're have the space, you might even bring your hands down to the ground. Wherever you are, let's just find 3 more breaths here. Soften your jaw, soften the skin around your eyes. And then when you're ready, either use the chair to support yourself on your way up, or you could bring your hands to your hips and scoop your heart forward and up. And then step forward. Left foot meets the right. And we'll just come into Tadasana pose, mountain pose, feet on the ground, arms out to the side, heart lifted, neck long. And then as you're ready, we'll step the right toes back, find your lunge. Hand on the chair or at your hips or at your heart perhaps. Adjusting that back foot as much as you need to feel sensation, but not feel overextended. We'll press into the back heel. And if you like, you can reach those arms up to the sky. If your arms are reaching up, let's inhale here. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend again. Exhale, bend those arms. Sweep them down, around, and to your heart or to the back or seat of your chair. And then step that foot in so that you can press the back heel down and straighten the front knee. Again, be mindful not to lock those knees. And this is a balance pose, so having your eyes focused on a stationary object that's not moving can be very helpful. In yoga, we call that a dristi, a focal point. And again, you can bring your hands to your hips or to your chair and begin to fold forward, getting a little deeper into the backs of those legs. Hands can come to your chair or to the ground. And just kind of gradually feel your way in, playing with your healthy edge. Couple more breaths here. And then we'll walk the hands back up the chair to come to a tall spine, or bring your hands to your hips and scoop that heart forward and up. Step the right foot forward to meet the left and come back to your Tadasana. And just take a moment here. Once again, feel your feet on the ground. You might notice the pulse of your heart beating in your chest, or you might feel it in your extremities. See if you can soften your brow and your jaw. Even as you stand tall here, drawing the base of your skull up and back, pressing into your feet. And then let's get into the front of the hips a little bit more here. So we got a little bit into the lunges, but we're gonna do a dancer's pose. So again, you can do that from your chair by sitting just with one thigh supported on the edge of the chair where you're supported, but you're not sliding off and you're not all the way back. So this front leg can be free. And we're just going to bring the top of the foot to the ground and just hold that here. If you're doing that standing, we're just standing, top of the foot to the ground. And then if you like, you can bend that left knee and bring it up towards your right sit bone and reach back for your left leg. Now you might grab a hold of your pant leg or your ankle or your toes, whatever comes in handy. And then again, square the heart with the hips, shoulders over the pelvis. And just draw that left foot towards your left sit bone as much as feels good to you. You could also press your foot into your hand, open up the front of your chest and your shoulder as well. If you're here for shoulders today, this is probably a really nice place for you. And you can even keep your right hand on your chair or maybe to a wall, or you could reach your right arm up to the sky. Feel your standing foot on the ground. Feel that right foot, all 5 toes, the heel pressing down. And then if you like, you can bend forward at the hips any amount, coming into dancer's pose. And again, if you're in the chair, that might look like here. Bowing forward, holding onto the chair. You probably don't want to let go if you're on the chair. So whether you're standing or seated, one more breath wherever you are. Whoop. And if you fall out, just be gentle and we'll all go ahead and release. And then before you shake it out or move at all, just stand in your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Notice the differences in the 2 sides of your body, the rebound effect in your left leg. And then we'll move to the opposite side. So top of the right foot comes to the ground. Just getting into the shin a little bit, letting the quadricep and the right hip flexor relax a bit. And I'm just turning my chair so I can use my left hand for support as I pick up my right foot. Hug that right knee in towards the left so it's not winging out to the right. And again, you can play with how close to your glute your right hip is, or maybe press the foot into your hand. And if you want to reach that left arm up and high, feel free to do that here. Feel the muscles in your supporting leg getting stronger and stronger. And maybe a little bend in this left knee will help you hinge forward. And once you get there, straighten that standing leg as much as you can without locking it. Wherever you are, 3 more breaths. And then inhale back to a tall spine. Exhale, release. Notice what you notice. You might feel a little warmer than when we started our practice. You might feel some tingling or energy sensations. We call that prana in yoga. And then we'll come back to a seat, whether you're sitting in a chair or the ground. Gently lower yourself down. Feel your sit bones and where your feet are supported. Let's just get into the side body a little bit. Hands resting on your lap, long neck. Let's inhale and reach that right arm up. Exhale and tilt to the left as much as feels good to you. And maybe if that right arm doesn't feel happy being up today, you might just tilt to the left. No big deal. And we'll just breathe here. Breathing into the side of the ribs, breathing into the right armpit, pressing your right hip down towards your seat. And then we'll inhale and lower that right down. And again, here you can just tilt to the right without using the arm, or inhale, reach the left arm up, and exhale, little hinge over towards the right. Couple breaths here, opening the left side of the body. And then we'll inhale back to center, exhale, release. Bring your hands to rest in your lap a bit. We'll just get a little more movement into the spine here. So let's inhale, look up to the sky, any amount. Just keep that neck nice and safe. And then we'll exhale to bow forward gently. Bring your chin towards your heart. Inhale, look up towards the sky, lift your heart, draw your shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, round forward, draw the belly button up towards the spine and let your head be heavy here. And we'll just keep moving in this fluctuation, opening and coming inward. Seated cat and cow posture. And if you like, you can add the arms in here too. The next time you inhale and look up, arch the back, open up your arms. And as you exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, and maybe reach your fingertips forward. Inhale, open up as much as feels good. Arms can be high or low. Exhale, round forward, reach forward with those fingertips in the opposite direction that you're taking your belly button. So just a couple more rounds here. Using your breath. You might imagine yourself standing out in the sunshine as you open up your heart and look up towards the sky. It's right outside the window today if you're here in Oregon. So just gloriously welcome that sun. One more time, let's inhale, open up. Exhale, hands back to your lap. Come back to that nice neutral spine. And just notice what you notice. Soften your jaw, the muscles of your face. Lengthen your neck. Feel your palms and the soles of your feet and your sit bones supported. And notice your breath. And let's bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Let your shoulders relax and your elbows just kind of hold you here. And as you inhale, feel your belly expand into the bottom hand. And then your heart expand upward into that top hand. And as you exhale, feel your heart soften downward and your belly soften inward. And we'll just stay here. This will be our final resting posture for our seated practice. But if you would like to come down onto the floor in full Shavasana, arms and legs extended, resting with your hand in your belly here, that is a wonderful way to end your practice today. So we'll just continue to breathe here. Exhaling softly, completely. And then inhaling, inviting the breath back in. Exhale, relax, let go. Inhale, fill up. restore. Just another few breaths here together. And then as you're ready, if you're lying in Shavasana, I welcome you to stay there as long as your time allows. But if you are ready to get on with your day, bring your hands to your heart, palm to palm. And in the tradition of yoga, the light and the love that is within me honors that same light and love within each of you. Namaste.